Welcome back. This is part 2 of the Craigslist Coleman bike that needs wheel bearings. Today's video we're going to be putting wheel bearings in this thing because the other side is pretty blown out, as you can see. So I'm going to kind of give you some details on how to do this real quick, what tools you'll need. And it's a pretty simple job putting new wheel bearings in it. I got just these two from Go Power Sports. We're gonna put these in and we're gonna give this thing a first test ride, considering I haven't been able to ride it yet since purchase because of bad wheel bearings. So let me get this axle out and I'll show you how to take some bearings off. Now for the axle, I'm just using a 17mm socket for the nut, and on the back side it is a 14mm or 9/16. Now every mini bike could be different. For this case, this is a 9/16 on the back side, and on the front side it's a 17mm. So let me get these loosened up, get this axle out, get the chain off the sprocket, get the wheel off, and we'll be able to evaluate how bad the bearings are. Hopefully punch them out real quick, put them in, and go take this thing on a test ride. Shouldn't be super simple. Okay, upon removing the chain and taking the wheel off, the bearing actually fell apart on the old one. So we still got to get in there with a punch and a hammer, punch out the old stuff, punch in the new stuff. Really not that hard to do. Just take a punch, stick it down there, take your hammer, just beat it out, and kind of vice versa, put the new ones in. These are the right ones. Yep, put the new ones in. Make sure you put the axle tube back in just so your bolt goes through there good. Nice and straight like that. Then you put your axle through there like that. And you have new wheel bearings put in there. So let me get these old bearings out real quick. Put the new ones in. Alright, both bearings are out on each side. They were kind of a pain to get a grip on them because of how thin it was with the one bearing blown out. I couldn't get a good bite on it. I had to get right next to the edge. Just a small lip, and you can see barely. So just got to tap this one in. Just take a hammer real quick. See, I had to use a torch for a little bit. Take a hammer real quick. Slowly tap it in. Nice and even. Using an old 1/2" extension I've had, it's kind of almost the perfect size. So once you put the bearing in and you put the extension on top of it, it's almost, see, it's mushroom from where I've beat on it before. You take this and you just hit this with a hammer until you get a nice good sound. I got it on the concrete floor, and you should be able to tell because it'll start bottoming out and have a different tone from when you're hitting it in. So I'm gonna get this one back in. I'm gonna put the wheel back on here, take it off the bench, start it up, take it for a test run, see if it needs anything else. If not, it might get some more work done to it, or it might go on the market for sale. I'm not quite sure yet, not sure what I'm gonna do, but gotta make sure I put this back in first before I knock that in, or I'd be taking it back out. So let me get to that, and I will see you in a second. Got the wheel back on, it's no longer loose. Look at new bearings. I don't know if I mentioned this before, one thing, keeping track of your axle spacers. If they get on the wrong side or mixed up, your sprocket will be out of line and you will have a chain come off every time. So now that I got new bearings put on it, nice and firm, everything rolls smooth, I am gonna go get the helmet and go for a test drive. Hopefully this thing has a good engine still. Turn the fuel on and eat that. And hopefully this thing performs like it looks. 1 second. Alright. Choke. We'll do mid choke. It's a little bit warmed up already. Full choke. Oh wow, this thing is worn out. This thing is really slow. I am full throttle still. I'm still full throttle. I am still full throttle. This thing is really wore out. Okay, we're getting somewhere now. There we go. It took almost the whole backyard to get this thing wound up though. It will not move. I'm full throttle still. This is not a good sign. I have not let off yet. Keep in mind, I'm only about 200 pounds. This thing should pull me fine. Alright, well it goes up pretty good, but how come not when I'm on it? Tire could use some air, but that shouldn't keep it from... Oh! I forgot the sprocket is bent. I forgot that the sprocket is bent on this thing. I was supposed to straighten it out when I took the wheel off. Alright, it looks like I'm gonna go back and do that real quick. Well, actually, while I got this thing off. Well, it goes pretty good. Someone's calling me. Alright, I put the chain back on real quick. Tensioner's gone, so it's kind of just there. Yep, unchoke it. There we go. Go back and straighten out this sprocket. That ain't gonna fix the problem, but I don't get it. This thing doesn't like a load. Maybe the compression is bad on it. Maybe this engine is just wiped out. It is 6 years old. Alright, so I got the sprocket better. It's not straight. It really just needs to be replaced. I really got to figure out what I'm going to do with this thing, I guess. If I'm going to keep it or if I'm going to put a 212 on it or even a 97. Or just get rid of it. Call it a day. I don't know how much money I want to put into this if this engine's pretty shot. I mean, if it's pretty luggy. So, that's the update on the Craigslist Coleman 100. It's got the new bearings on it. Like I said, I'm not sure if it needs an engine or not. I mean, it runs pretty good with no load. You put a load on it, like if me sitting on it, and then it bogs down. Could be low compression. Not too sure. Not sure if I want to tear into it. So that'll probably be it for this video. Thanks for checking it out. Subscribe to see more. I'm gonna have a video on this doodlebug here soon. Picked this one up and when I was out of town. It runs, no gas tank. I gotta get a gas tank for that, maybe a chain. Chain's kind of rusted on it. But for the Coleman, there's the update. New wheel bearings. Doesn't really ride that good. I mean, it rides good, it's just no power when you're sitting on it. So that's the update. Thanks for checking it out, and leave a comment if you see what you want to see next.